Guys, a new video from the Euphoric Brothers has been revealed, and they present to us the secrets of Flumbo. If you remember the red character, Banban as we all know him, he wasn't always the only one. There was also an original Banban. His name is Flumbo, and in this video we'll be reviewing all of Flumbo's secrets. Starting with number 1. His name. The Euphoric Brothers mentioned that this was the original Banban. In the files, we can see that name. However, as the story changed, the name was switched to Flumbo, as we all know him. Number 2. Flumbo's color. What led the Euphoric Brothers to choose the color blue was that they wanted a color completely opposite to red. That's why they went with blue. And not only that, but Banban and Flumbo's images were very similar. Why did they decide to make them that way? That takes us to number 3. Flumbo's shape. Since the opposite of red is blue, at some point the Euphoric Brothers thought of giving Banban the face of a cat. And since the opposite, or rather, the one who chases cats, is a dog, they considered Dogban, Flumbo's face as a dog. In the game files, that's how it appeared as well. Dogban, similar to a dog, and if you notice, it was similar to Banban. The little hat would be Flumbo's left ear. At some point, they even considered making him light blue and giving him a hat like Banban's. That would have been Banban original on the left, and Dogban on the right. However, as usually happens in games, the final design was very different from the original, so this Dogban was discarded. Which brings us to the next point. Number 4. Flumbo's final design. They also thought about giving him little hats like Banban, but this looked way too similar to the red character. So they decided to try many accessories. Caps, watches, even changing his eyes and colors at different times. Why did they decide to give him strange eyes and a mustache or beard? Well, that was because he was meant to look like a superhero. Super Flumbo. This is the main reason Flumbo has that appearance. Like a superhero, with blue tights, gloves, and boots of the same color as his beard. If you notice, that's when his last design was born compared to Banban. In the end, they decided to remove the tights and gloves, and this became Flumbo's main image. Number 6. The deleted audios. As in every video game, when development begins, many audios are discarded. In this case, they presented Flumbo's laugh. Supposedly, in this part of Garten of Banban 8, right when you encounter Flumbo, his laugh was supposed to be heard, but it was completely discarded. Even the same voice was translated into different languages. Here we have some of them: English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Korean, Japanese, and German. Here's an example. Number 7. The game's name. The name Flumbo was discarded in some parts of Garten of Banban. As often happens in early stages of game development, many files are thrown out. One example is that the game was originally going to be called Flumbo and Friends, not Garten of Banban as we all know it, and this is when the idea was born that Flumbo could actually be the protagonist of Garten of Banban 8. They had even introduced him back in Garten of Banban 0, when he was a child. Number 8. Flumbo's voice is performed by Daniel Walton, a person who has also participated in other games by the Euphoric Brothers. Number 9. The mysterious appearance of clocks striking 9. If you haven't noticed, in some games, or rather in all of them, when the Garten of Banban characters appear, the clocks are always set to 9 on the right-hand side. Number 10. The deleted scene. According to the video, there is a scene in Garten of Banban 8 that was completely removed from the game. Right when Banban is inside the closet and we approach to see what's inside. Flumbo was supposed to come running out, hiding from us. But this never happened, supposedly. When we went to look for him, he would tell us to follow him to the lobby of Garten of Banban 0. He would say that the person searching for him is still playing hide and seek. At this point, we would have had to play a minigame to find him. And this is where the hide and seek game would end. Another scene was also eliminated. Banban would have a walkie-talkie and call Sir and John, since he agreed that the characters should have some kind of gadget in the game, including aliens. At this point, the protagonist would have to go to Banban's office to deactivate that device. But this scene was also completely removed from the game. And as we already saw in Garten of Banban 8, they even mentioned that there was a character who was supposed to appear. But in the end they decided to remove it. Can you guess which character it was? Many things changed in the end in Garten of Banban 8, including the remote control, which wasn't supposed to shoot rays and was meant to be a very important part of the game. And by the way, what was Banban's plush doing at the end? We'll find out in the next episode of the Banban Chronicles, with many more secrets. And you know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like.